Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the GSM Sprite Spotlight. I have a return spotlight this week because we are about out of employees. Well, I rephrase that. We're about out of employees that will actually come on camera. So I still have plenty of employees that I could do, but unfortunately they won't all come sit in front of you guys. So what I decided to do, and Zach and I sat down and kind of thought this one out, we're going to actually go back over and see the status on where everyone's at and what they have planned for the future. So welcome back, John.
Well, thank you for having me, Jason.
This is the third time you've been back, or is it your fourth?
Well, maybe I'm going to be like Steve Martin on Saturday Night Live and a member of the Five Club, but yeah, it's been 3 or 4.
Yeah. So how's things been?
Things are going better,
Yeah.
much better, yes.
Yeah, everything's good at home? Or as
Getting
good
there.
as it can be, I guess?
As good as it can be,
Yeah.
Taking care of my dad, but everything else is good.
What about work? How's things going back here now?
A lot better. Mentally, I was in a different zone, but now I'm back in the zone. I just need to be able to sneak behind some people a little bit better and a little bit easier and get some of my retail orders in. I've got 28 of them sitting at the factory right now.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem for everybody right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So you've been around Ford and the automobile business for a long time. Have you ever seen anything like this before, with a shortage of vehicles?
I've never, even in my wildest dreams, ever thought that we will get to a point in time where we only had 14 or 15 new vehicles on the lot at one time.
Yeah.
Coming from a world where we always had hundreds.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? The way I've been. And you was there a Ford store that you ran over in?
It was Lincoln Mercury.
Lincoln Mercury.
Which is Ford.
But still, I'm sure they didn't have any restriction, like a low inventory status.
We would carry Grand Marquis like you carry F-150s.
Yeah. It's even like, even in 08, you were in the business in 08, it was never like this.
It wasn't even, was that Desert Storm 08?
No, 08 was the...
It was not as, that wasn't that bad. 2011 really hurt us a little bit. Nowhere near the magnitude of this.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: how? I know how we're coping as a store, but how are you coping through this tough times in the car industry?
Well, Abe Lincoln always liked to joke and ask.
Did you know him?
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I called him Honest Abe, but he was asked why he tells jokes, and he says it's the only way I can stop from crying. So what I try to do is take one moment at a time, one day at a time, and come in and be the best I can be for myself and the people around me.
Yeah. We made some changes on the pay plan. Do you feel that's a good turn?
Well, one thing I've come to realize about Jason Catlin is
I don't know who that guy is.
He very rarely makes a change for the worse. They're usually for the better. And I'm extremely happy with the change. I wasn't quite happy when this first no commission came to fruition, but I told myself I'd give it 90 days, and that was, I think, 3 years ago.
It was more than that.
More than that.
Yeah, I've been here 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was before I came here.
Yeah, Jerry said give it 90 days and see what you think.
Yeah, and it all worked out for the best, right?
Well, you just have to know how to work your pay plan, and it's really actually easier to get a customer on your side now than it used to be, because it used to be a confrontational thing. But now they find out we're not commissioned, and for the most part, like the guy this morning, his defense mechanisms were just released.
Yeah.
And I think of myself, and I tell them I'm more of a fiduciary.
Have you, obviously you've been in the business for a long time. You know, our industry is called the variable department for a reason. Mm-hmm. But you've probably seen a lot of changes in your tenure in the industry, right?
Oh my God, we went from abacuses to computers with dial-up internet to the things we have today. You know, my day, my desktop was a spiral notebook that I'd take leads, I'd write them down, I'd highlight them if they were sold. If they weren't sold by the end of the month, I would take the good and I'd roll it over to the next month and either scratch the name out or highlight it. So, and every year I would have 12 pages of clients that were either going to buy or not buy. So with that and the follow-up, referrals and previous customers are very important to me.
Yeah. What about, obviously I just went to Daytona. Some of these guys are going to see that this week.
Too bad you didn't get to 500. It was a pretty good race.
We were there the day, we literally flew in the day after the 500. But we did some training down there, and it kind of refreshed me. What obviously I announced the training curriculum, I guess, this weekend. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm ready to see the curriculum and dive in. If something can excite you, you haven't been doing this as long as me, but you know more than me. And if something can excite you, I'm excited to get a piece of it.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're excited to do that. There's a lot of good stuff coming.
I'm not a good tester.
Okay, let's touch on moving forward. What you got planned for this year? Anything good?
I would like to say yes, but I'm still one day at a time. With Dad was in a wreck today.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Nothing serious, I hope.
No, somebody backed into him during. I almost said during chemo. Yeah, they drove in. He gets it in the car. No, when he was leaving. So, yeah, my sister's going to go over and figure out insurance and all that stuff and get that all planned out.
He's not. Is it?
No, he's.
The car okay?
The car's fine. He said the door's a little hard to open. She backed right into him. Old man's 80 years old. Probably never really even been in an accident. Now he's scared to death. I said, just chill out. I've totaled the car. Company car.
So what about the store? Anything moving forward for you?
Moving forward, I just look for an extended tenure. Most of the
Look
guys.
or beg for?
You beg. I'm not beyond begging. Some of the guys come to me now, and I'll help them when they need help, and some of them won't come to me, and that's fine. I won't help them, but it really is a good group that you've, for the most part, installed.
Yeah, that's the goal. Mm-hmm. Team. Teamwork makes the dream work, John.
That's right.
That's what they say.
What he said.
You should know. You're an ex-soccer player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My calf is telling me that
So
today.
I heard that you thinking about coming play hockey with us. You're going to skate. Is that what I was told?
What size skates was Steve skates back there?
Oh, I don't know.
If they're 10s, I might give it a whirl.
I think they were, actually. Well, are you a 10 now?
Yes.
Well, you have to go a size below, so I think.
Well, I'm not dating, but some used to tell me I was a 10.
Now you see the jokes, so we have to.
No, I am.
Is
a
that an
size,
Abe Lincoln joke?
That thing's from back at 4 and 7 years ago.
Okay, you want to elaborate?
That's the Gettysburg Address.
The Gainsbourg Address?
Gettysburg.
Oh, Gettysburg. Okay. Well, that's kind of all I got for you. I just wanted to kind of touch base, get up to speed, see what's going on. If there's anything for the future, but just going to take each day as it comes along, right?
Each day as it comes along. Jason, it's been a slice of heaven visiting with you today.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right.
Nice weather outside for the first time in a while.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah. So we're coming back to the spring a little bit, but that's all I got for you this week. Thanks for joining me as usual. As always, over at Fusz Ford, we can replace the car, not the customer, and I'll see you all next week.